guys, Molly here. I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about how uneducated people are, so to speak, because I have been not only educated in certain areas, but I have took in consideration about me being an environmentalist a lot. Like, I honestly, when I turn 18, I'm going to go help out in the ocean at the Pacific Gyre Patch because I'm that much of a so-called hippie. So, today on the internet, or not on the internet, on the radio, yes, we still listen to those, there was a guy on there saying, oh, these seals and sea lions, they're using our docks as breeding grounds, or, sitting around, lounging around on, and da-da-da-da-da, they're costing us thousands of millions of dollars in debt, or not in debt, in docks and stuff, so we have to repair them. They're not made for docks. I'm like, okay, take this in perspective. You put them in their territory. That's where they live. You put them inside of their home. Like, what are they supposed to do? It's a resource now to them. They're gonna use it. Like, don't be stupid. Then this guy's like, oh yeah, there's no difference between seals and sea lions other than one's bigger than the other. I think they said that the sea lion was smaller than a seal. I have hard evidence notes from being in marine biology that seals, I guess, are bigger than a sea lion. Okay, and then they said, oh, there's no distinctive things you can tell between the two. Like, there's no, like, one has more fat or anything. Like, they both look alike. It's like, I have a couple things here that can tell me a little bit about how different they are. So for, say, if you're speaking about a seal, they have 6 to 9 inches of blubber. There's only 19 species, and I think they're somewhere along the Pacific coast, if I'm not wrong. They have a lot of blubber, okay, because them bitches gotta stay warm during wintertime. They have no external ears like us, and they move like an inchworm, so they go like this. They can't stand or anything. So for a sea lion, they're the same. Okay, so a seal and a sea lion are roughly the same amount. There's no bigger, there's no smaller. It just means if it's smaller, it's a teenager. If it's bigger, that means it's an adult. So here, how you can tell is a sea lion has more fur. Hence the word sea lion. It's a sea lion. What do lions have? What do feline lions have? Fur. So you can already assume that they have fur. That's another feature you can tell apart. They have an external ear. They have a nice coat of fur. It's not thick, but it's there. I think, it might be thick because they don't have a lot of blubber. And they can walk up on their flippers like this. That's just walking up on their flippers. Yes, some people might say that they have seen a seal push up off the ground, but they can only go up for a couple seconds and come right back down. That's all I got to say about them big babies. But that's what I got to say about them, because he was on air, on a radio station that a lot of people listen to, and it's like, no, you need to realize, honey, that you put them there in their area, in their spot. Like, you can't just go and turn around and be like, oh, well, it was my territory first. No, they came before us. Like, I have proof that they came before us. And I understand that a lot of people are just like, oh, well, I understand it's costing you money, but you gotta realize. So, after they were done with that conversation, I was pissed off by this point. I'm like, oh my god, this guy knows nothing about anything. Nothing. He can't tell the difference between a seal and a sea lion, and one has more fur, one has more blubber. They just use 2 different ethics to keep warm. I think that's what it says. Ethics to keep warm. Anyways, going on, they said, oh, mountain lions. So, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we started in Gilroy building up into the mountains farther up on both sides of the mountains here in Gilroy. Actually, the west and the east mountains have a lot of population on them at this very moment in time. And I'm not mad about it, but when they tell us, oh, there's a mountain lion sighting, don't feed the mountain lions, da da da. It's like, okay, we get that. Okay. Don't harass them. Okay, we get that. Then there's these dumbass people who are like, oh, but what happens if it eats your child? Like, it could eat your kid. I'm like, one, think about, okay, when you buy a house, if you don't want your child being eaten by a mountain lion, get a house that's like in the middle of town. Like, in the middle of fucking town. Please. Please, so for help you God, get a house in the middle of town where there's no mountain lion sightings ever. Ever. It's like, I understand. I have seen mountain lions around, but normally they get picked up by animal shelters or animal rescue, or something will come pick them up and take them back out to where their natural habitat is, because they don't belong in cities. They're gonna get scared. They're gonna like scratch people's cars. They're scared. They've never seen this kind of stuff before. Never in their life. And everyone's saying, oh, well, it's their fault for coming here. Bitch, did you just not hear what kind of... It's your fault for going into their territory. I lived on a ranch, and I know what it's like to come encounter with a mountain lion. You don't, A, turn your back. B, if there's small kids around, you want to put them behind you because that's a snack. If the kids see it and go, oh, they run away. They think that that's their prey. They're like, oh, free food. Run, run, run. Eat it. That's the kind of shit that people are like, oh, well, no, it's your fucking fault for turning around and running away. I get it. Kids don't know better. They're gonna do it anyways. But if you educate your fucking kids on this kind of shit, they won't make the same mistake. So, let me get back onto this guy. Said, oh, well, they're gonna eat my kid, and da-da-da-da-da. If I move out into the hills in a nice, beautiful $2 million house, I expect no animals out there. It's like, I would wake up at 5:30 in the morning and watch a fucking bobcat with her fucking cub in her mouth, just trotting along my back doorstep. But guess where I lived? I lived down in the middle of bumfuck Egypt. You know where that's at? In the middle of fucking nowhere. And you know what? Wild animals tend to fucking love. They love it. They love where no people's around. And yeah, I've had wild boar come and eat our crops before. They whoop. Just put some wire around your fucking crops and they'll go away. It's like, I don't know what to say. Mountain lions, they're gonna come down once in a while. They're nocturnal, so you won't really see them unless you're up really early in the morning like I am. My mom, she goes out to 1,000 Trails in Hollister a lot, and they tend to have sightings every so often. But do you guys know when those sightings are? They're like at like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. Well, when my mom will get up at those hours just to watch them go across the field. My mom does not harm them. She does not. She wants to take pictures, but every time she never has her camera, and she always gets so mad that she doesn't have a camera. But I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, if you really want to get a picture, then you're gonna have to bring a camera. She's like, my mom just doesn't think ahead. So I mean, it's beautiful to see them. Like we used to have a skunk that used to walk right by our house every single day. But you know what? We kept the dogs in until that skunk walked past. One day the skunk didn't go by though, and after that we didn't see it. I don't know if it was because the dogs were out one morning or it just didn't go that path anymore. But it used to go right through our property, and we'd be like, oh, we spotted it one morning, and our dog tried to go after it, and I was like, get the fucking dog back in the house. I'm not bathing that asshole in tomato sauce. Like, I'm sorry. No. And by the way, if you do get sprayed by a skunk, tomato juice or tomato sauce, yes, it does work. No, it does not take the full stench out, but it does go from like 100% to like 50. So you can still smell it, but it's not as bad. Trust me, I haven't been skunked before, but my dog has. My old dog, at least my old dog Rowdy, been skunked tons of times, like tons of times, and we never bathed him in stuff because it was just like, ha ha ha, you snooze, you lose, you're a dumbass dog. You should have never got sprayed. You should have not been playing with it. But you know what? He got sprayed one time, and that's all it took. That dog learned he knew never to go next to anything that's black and white. Actually, it took in fact because I had a cat that was black and white, and he wanted nothing to do with her. But I had a cat that was orange, and he would harass the shit out of it. So I think it could be like black and like color coded things. He was like, don't go near that, it will spray you. Anyways, off topic. That guy just pissed me off today, and I was kind of like, fuck, no. You can't say that about shit, because, yeah. Then he was saying that what happens when they come into town? What happens when they come into the middle of a town? It's like, if you're being, like, clearly speaking through your fucking head and not shitting in one hand and saying what's in it, like, I think you would understand that no mountain lion's gonna be in the clear of fucking day out in the middle of a town. I mean, if you live down in Oklahoma, I don't even think they have mountain lions in Oklahoma. But if you're out in Oklahoma, like, I could see that, because there's no hills around for them to so-called hide. But yeah, it's people that are uneducated saying this kind of crap. It's like, I understand old people. I understand why you like Trump. Okay, it's because you guys grew up hating them because they took your jobs. I understand that. I understand. I understand the whole concept. It's just taken into perspective, and it makes no fucking sense because they're all uneducated assholes that need fucking. But I mean, I'm doing my time in marine biology. This is the thickest folder in my thing, and my teacher, I don't know why she doesn't like binders, but handy dandy folder does a trick. But I like folders anyway, so I'm not complaining about that. But I'm just saying, if you are one of those people that know nothing about an animal or nothing about the ecosystem or nothing about what's fucking going on right now, I highly suggest you guys get involved in one of these what are they called? They are called a like volunteer friendly programs where you go help out, like go help the sea lions or go help the mammals somewhere. I recommend it because it's really good for our environment and it's a good learning purpose. Like, come on now, like you could do it. It's easy, and a lot of people out here just need to know. So I'm not gonna push it on you guys, but yeah, I'm sorry. I just have a lot of rant today because there's a lot of things on. But yeah, I'm gonna post something about Sarah Penguin too, so subscribe to my channel. I don't want you to like actually subscribe. Just subscribe if you like my videos, okay? Let's put it that way. So, yeah. Bye guys!